January 1st, 2011 will mark the 1 year anniversary since the first time I turned on a webcam, recorded a video, and uploaded it here to YouTube. Since then, I've gone through 3 channels, endless arguments, many discussions, countless trolls, and a lot of new friends. And I'm ineffably pleased and enthusiastic to be here, still, on YouTube. It makes me very happy. And upon this 1 year anniversary, I'd like to talk about some of the positive things that I think get a little bit cast aside in the midst of the arguing and the fussing that goes on in this place. Around the age of 15 or so, I began developing the personal philosophy that all people on this planet are equal in some way or another, that we all have an equal amount of either potential or skill or talent, intelligence. We're all equal in those areas, but it's spread out in different ways. That was my original philosophy around that age, and I still hold a variation of that philosophy, that all people are indeed equal, and the talent levels that we have are divided in unique ways. The idea that someone who has autism of a high degree, that has very maybe low social and intellectual functions, but is absolutely incredible at perhaps just one skill, one ability that he or she can do better than almost anyone else on the planet. The idea that some people don't think that they're really good at anything, but they are maybe mediocre in talent at a vast variety of different things that many people would envy. This present concept of everyone being unsatisfied, or many people being unsatisfied with the skill set they have, most people wishing that they had something else, some ability that other people have, when in reality those people they envy wish the same for them. The brunettes want to be blondes, the blondes want to be brunettes, the girls with curly hair wish that they had straight hair, and vice versa. The smart guys wish they were athletic, the athletic guys wish they were more intelligent, that sort of thing. That is also comparable to the notion of when I was raised. I had school and parents and many people trying to tell me the value of treating people as equals, and nobody knew exactly how to do that. There are 2 schools of thought there. There's one to teach us that everyone is the same and therefore they should all be respected as being the same, and the other is that everyone is different and we should appreciate our differences. Now, which of those schools is correct? As is typically the case when you're dealing with 2 things that have a good argument for both, and which is the correct factor, it's a little of both, or a lot of both in this case. We should definitely respect what we have in common and what is different about us. And when we put aside all of our religious, linguistic, political, financial, and ethnic differences, that's when we can really appreciate our positive differences, our physical, verbal, mental, social, artistic, culinary, constructive talents. We can really appreciate those when we put all the other stuff aside. When we acknowledge that everybody has something to bring to the table. When we acknowledge that everyone has something special about him or herself that they probably don't appreciate about him or herself, something that they are naturally good at, and usually it's something that people haven't even discovered about themselves. If they're the people saying, "Oh well, there's nothing I'm good at. I'm not good at anything," maybe they haven't discovered it yet. But we all have something that's very unique about ourselves, and I don't think we appreciate that enough. I used to laugh off the notion that everyone is special, in the sense that if everyone is special, then what's so special about it? That everyone truly is unique, if not in any other sense, then in the sense that there will never be again in time, nor has there ever been, you. You as you are right now will never be replicated again. You, as you are right now, will never exist as you do right now after right now. Even after you're done watching this video, you will not be exactly the same as you were before you watched it. And that has nothing to do with the specific content of the video, but that we are constantly changing, and every moment we are something different than what we have been and than what we will be. And when we are gone, another one of us will not specifically replace us. Something different will replace us. So the fact that we will never exist again as we do now, the world will never have us past this point, is something incredibly unique and special to me. Now, despite our vast differences, we must also appreciate that which we have in common. The idea that we're all these different components, these different skill sets, these different abilities and talents, all of us are still made of the exact same ingredients. Organ transplants are still possible between the most different people on the planet. An athletic individual can have his heart taken out. An athletic male who is black and from New York can have his heart removed and have it inserted into an obese Asian female from China. And there's still a chance that that will be a successful transplant, despite the differences. Perhaps that athlete had a linguistic skill set. He could speak 3 different languages. Perhaps the person who received that heart transplant has very little linguistic skills, can barely grammatically speak her native tongue correctly, but she is an artist of the highest caliber. All of us have those unique things, but we're still made of the same stuff. We're still composed of the same essential earthly ingredients, the human ingredients that go into making each of us. Being that common denominator that is humanity itself, being humans, is that common denominator that binds us. Yet we go into so many incredibly interesting, diverse branches. That's something special to me. That's something I don't think we appreciate enough about each other. Especially here in this place when we all get caught up so much in bickering and arguing. Even on this very same website, amidst all the arguments, the debates, which in and of itself is a skill, amidst the videos of sneezing dogs and people falling on skateboards, there is witness of incredible talents and abilities all across the world. Humans, for all their flaws that we can clearly see, that our ability to destroy our environment and ourselves, for all of those negative things about us, there's still an incredible awesomeness that is associated with humankind, with the ability to belong to this species, how far we have come, not only through evolution, but through our conscious efforts to make progress, how very far we have come from our barbaric origins in many cases. And no, there is no political system that can be developed that will truly be perfect, that will truly allow us to all be pleased with everything that we do. But that is because we are struggling to make a world that is full of diversity through ethnic, cultural, socioeconomic, etc., all those differences. We are trying to please all those masses politically, and it's just not possible. But for all those differences, we are still an awesome species. We are still capable of doing things that many people would never consider imaginable. And that capability is an incredibly positive thing to me. And each of us should be giddy with excitement that we live in an era that lends itself to displaying that brilliant diversity more now than ever by exposing us to each other through radio, television, internet broadcast, like the one that's sending my words to your brain this very instant. And many of us don't appreciate it. That's what I think we need to appreciate going into this next year. Let's appreciate one another for what we have to offer, for what we bring to the table. Even the people that you loathe, the people that you think are among the scum of the earth, the scourge of the universe, there's still something about that person, even if it's that their presence as that scourge of the universe in some way or another raises the rest of us up that little bit. Even if that deep detest you have for that person makes you appreciate other people that much more, by contrast, if nothing else, there's still something about that person, usually something we don't care to admit, that has a positive impact. We're an awesome species, and I think that's what we should celebrate this year. Happy New Year, folks.